brothers out there, they ain't distracted or nothing right now. So we're going to talk a little bit today. We have a very special guest. Her name is Michelle Washington, and she's in studio. We're going to do a little social media pic. She's beautiful. She is a fashion representative and looks the part. So y'all are going to enjoy that. Miss Washington, how are you doing today?
I am doing blessed and highly favored. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. When you showed up to the studio and I went out there and I was like, this is what I'm working with today.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it's unfair to everybody because some people have that radio voice. You got everything. They missing out. They only getting like 1/10 of you.
Well, let me show up for the rest. Hey, beautiful people. It is the trendsetter of talk, the couture connoisseur, and I'm here to talk about all things fierce and fabulous.
Wait. Y'all see that, right? Y'all, okay, they excited. I know they excited. I'm excited. And we're going to get right into it. So we're going to talk a little bit we're talking about black fashion. Huh, Michelle?
Yes, through the history of black fashion.
Okay, tell us a little bit about it. I'm going to do a switch because I know Miss Marla, there's plenty she want to say about this. So kind of take us through your thought process and how we started with this.
Well, black culture has been setting trends and breaking barriers and leaving a mark that's hotter than the summer sun. I'm talking about the soulful swagger of the 70s, the bold prints and colors of African heritage, and the fierce attitude that says, I'm here, I'm fabulous, and I ain't apologizing for it. Oh yeah. Now this is also where we want to basically deep dive into the fascinating intersection of culture and fashion, particularly focusing on the profound influence of black community throughout history. Do you feel me? Do you see what I'm saying here?
Oh, I understand, and I'm gonna say, would I make you mad if during our time talking today I refer to black fashion as swag, drip, fit? Is all that still good? Because I feel like those are things that are out of the vernacular, and that's just kind of, again, to what you're saying is we transcend, not only in what we show, but in how we describe. I mean, I feel like it's like its own thing. But do any of those terms offend you? Because you are a lady of fashion.
And I'm also a GQ insider.
Oh, did not know that.
Yes, and my official title is TV style expert. So you've seen me on multiple channels.
Yeah.
Hopefully you've been watching. Hopefully.
Well, I cannot confirm nor deny that after this I will be checking, because we gonna pass along her socials to everybody to make sure that you guys can get a little taste of what me and Miss Marla get to enjoy now. Miss Marla, did you set this up? Is this? You brought Miss Washington?
What? Oh my gosh. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, this is a wonderful queen here, and you know I'm all about celebrating.
Yes, ma'am.
Kings and queens.
Oh, queen to queen. Queen.
This is my favorite time of the year. One of, I should say.
Yeah.
February and then July, and and so I wanted to talk about that, just how we have been influencing fashion for a long time, y'all. Mm-hmm. For a long time. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Even in history, because we sometimes we have to deal with the pain of some history also.
Yeah.
So I look back and I seen the history of where one of them Europeans went on down there and up in Africa, right? So they see a group of people, a tribe, called whatever, and they see this woman with these hips. She was like fascinated about these hips. She was like, oh my goodness. Wow, look how her body is shaped.
I know where you're going.
They take her back to Europe, exploit her, do all of that about these hips that's coming out of that small waistline, right? To the point where, it's almost abuse, and it was abuse. And just lately, about maybe few years ago, that the estate of this woman have her remains in the museum that is now in Africa. But if you look back there in some of them times and how those dresses was made,
how they poofed out,
purposely kind of poofed out at the waist, giving them this kind of hip type of fashion. Okay.
Where they get that from? Because clearly there wasn't a physical representation like that in the European circles. But then, it did pop off, and I'm glad you said that, because it gives us an understanding of that look. Mm-hmm. Man, that's good.
In civil rights movement, we call you dapper.
Yes, ma'am.
But I'm sorry, in order for us to stand out, some of those marches and things, we wore our Sunday best.
Yeah.
We may know what that is for some of us, what Sunday best is when we out there. Yeah. So, even the children, when we training, because yes, we can be comfortable, but it was a purpose back then, and they just had a little pride, and they wanted to outshine. So, men was in their suits and women was in their Sunday best out there working. They ain't had no Nikes and Skechers.
Oh no. You also didn't want your mama to see you. That's what you went to the march in?
Well, don't forget about the iconic hairstyles that is all about our heritage.
Yes.
We're talking about from the afros to the cornrows to the braids.
Yes.
These styles are not just about aesthetics. They're about reclaiming cultural identity and celebrating natural beauty. And the braids and the twists that celebrate our roots and our resilience.
Come on now.
That's it. That's what we're talking about.
That's why it's a shame that we had to have that crown act, because they keep throwing it in my face about my poor nephew. I don't even know him, but I'm just claiming him. Well, that's still going through it. His hair so beautiful. They keep it all nice and neat. I can see if he was up in there looking like I would have wanted him to look like a mountain man with them a Rastafarian locks flying from everywhere point of his head. I would have liked it to be it's all nice and neat and stuff, and they still tripping. So, but I digress. Because then we go from culture to culture, because even though we may we celebrate 50 years of hip hop, and look how that has influenced the world.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
From every little generation, it has influenced the world. You know what I'm saying?
Not just the world. Well, the world is a big place.
Yeah.
So the world, many cultures, and generation after generation. Let's not forget the trailblazing black designers who have shattered the barrier.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And redefined the industry. Names like Elizabeth Keckley.
Yep. I know about her.
In the 1800s, she was the personal dressmaker and confidant of Mary Todd Lincoln. And you know that name, Lincoln.
Yeah. First lady.
And then we had Anne Lowe. Now, she designed Jacqueline Bouvier's wedding dress in the 1953. Now, people are like, Michelle, who's Jacqueline Bouvier? I know who knows Bouvier.
I know.
Yeah, okay, go ahead, class. Raise your hand.
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm going to just give you 3 letters. JFK.
There you go.
Yeah.
You said it. But isn't it a shame that Jacqueline, of course, after marriage, Kennedy left Anne Lowe's name out of the press when it was time to give her credit. And Anne Lowe is now considered a master couturier with a one-woman show in Washington and not allowed to enjoy the fruits of her labor.
Yeah.
Not surprised.
Never received the credit.
Never.
That's why we give it to her now.
Come on, Jack.
We have to.
Her techniques were so signature and delicate. they are having trouble trying to replicate the work
What?
of this master couturier black designer.
But this lady been doing it. We talking 100 years ago, and they still can't. They ain't working with what she was working with.
She was that masterful.
From the 20s to the 60s. She did their wedding dress.
Yeah, and also she took no less than high profile clients.
Yeah.
Wow.
And low, but the price ain't. If that's your clientele, okay.
Now, I got one you'll enjoy. Zelda Wynn Valdez.
Yes.
Credited for designing the original Playboy bunny waitress costume.
Yes. I actually probably have been about 2 weeks old when I found that one out. I just found that out. Yup.
Well, I'm in a fraternity Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, and we don't officially use the Playboy emblem, but known to be.
Lord help us.
So yeah, I can appreciate that. You are correct, ma'am.
I got another one for you. Brother Stephen Burrows. Now, he was a designer in the late 60s and 70s. We're talking about colorful color blocking, knit designs.
Yes.
And he was the only black designer featured in the Battle of Versailles, November 28th, 1973. That was a showdown on the runway that the Americans took home the accolades.
Wow.
He was the 70s disco guy too. Like his outfits, like that genre, and the elite. Like that was I know about Brother Burrows. Brother Burrows.
That Studio 54.
Yes, ma'am. God, you bringing it.
Well, he brought it in Paris.
No, I'm just glad I opened the door to you though. Because you never know. I thought you selling some beauty products that clearly you use. So either way, I would have opened the door and thrown some money at you if I could look like you. But I didn't know you was bringing all this.
See, that's that new charm coming.
See, yeah,
the new
that's
charm.
what it is. You peaked it, girlfriend.
Well, I am.
Here we go.
Pink and green.
Trailblazers.
We have Founders Day up in here.
Trailblazers.
Oh Lord, I was like,
That's all right. I told him she was pretty. I told him. I did the listening audience. I just wanted them to have some imagery with the voice that's coming out. But okay.
Miss Marla, get him. Get him, Miss Marla, get him.
So when we talk a little bit about some of the most influential, when I bring up people like Kimora Lee Simmons, when I bring up Dapper Dan, those are individuals. To your same point, without the historical context, we know that Dapper Dan has been putting it down for years. And him to finally get his due came well after the fact. We are aware of that. What say you when it comes to those that stayed the course? Because you know how easy it would be to just say, "Oh, I got to make a living. I got to go do some other things," and give up on it. So what say you about those pioneers, those trailblazers, if you will? I got to give the call back to keep pushing forward.
Dapper Dan didn't give up because he knew that he was serving a niche market.
Yes.
And this is something in marketing terms and even fashion marketing terms that he knew before it became a whole vibe, a whole mood, a whole blip on the chart. With Dapper Dan, he said, okay, there is hip hop, and our hip hop artists are not getting in the doors to the luxury labels to be able to borrow or buy what they need because we don't want to be on y'all the hip hop. See, they didn't get it then. They didn't get it then.
I know.
But Dapper Dan knew. So okay, he had to do a little Frankenstein and with some brands and resewn, restitch. We won't go into all that controversy. Controversy.
Then I'll just state that the brother made it 2017, Gucci partnered with him.
Yes.
So he finally got it. I mean, that's a little too late. But he opened that fashion line with Gucci, and he opened a second store that he has. You know, of course, he's got Dapper Dan's of Harlem. For those who are going to take any trips to New York, you got to roll through. You got to check it out. But yeah, I'm Dapper D, and one day I'd like to have a legacy like Mr. Dapper Dan.
Well, just know he's also doing something with The Gap. He has his own line with The Gap.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Well then, you got me Gap watching. Then I'm gonna have to go to. I'm gonna fall into the Gap. I'm gonna go check them out because those are also good prices for me.
See?
So I can start there and then I'll go to Gucci later. You see what I saved there? I didn't want her to think that I couldn't go to the Gucci.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna fill up the cart with Gap stuff first, and then just like one item for Gucci.
Well, you know.
Remember FUBU?
Oh yeah. FUBU, baby. Yeah, for us, by us.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, you know, cross colors. Hey.
Yes, and cross.
Oh.
Come on. Oh, what's wrong?
That's my generation. My generation. That's do it. That was some formative years for me.
Wow.
Those were the college years.
Did you know that Barbie, now that Barbie is popular again, she's doing match-up cross promotions with brands. She did a nice little set with cross colors.
Wow.
Oh,
nice.
Barbie's wearing cross colors.
I tell you, if you go to Chicago, you'll still find people wearing Pelly Pell.
Yeah.
Seriously, I was like, oh, well, this designer is living off of Chicago right here, because they still rocking it.
Yeah.
Seriously, you know how you go to different places, and you know we have so many different black cultures around the United States. I love it. You know, I was like, oh wow, we still rocking Pelly Pell. I ain't been down here for 20 years. You know, I hadn't seen anybody rocking it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our culture will forever be ingrained in the fashion foundation and history. It's people look to the streets for the latest beats of what is the trend.
Exactly.
So hey, look no further. Look no further than this room.
Just like when we take it across the waters to the mother country, how some of the designs and some of like the popular LV was stolen from an African tribe.
Yes. Lay it down.
Yes.
Did not know that.
Yes. It was from West Africa, and it was the Quili tribe. They've also taken, like, remember when they start coming out with the plaids and the block colors? Those are part of the Maasai in the Kenya. True, when they dress, the men will have on like red plaid that looks like blankets.
Yeah.
Remember they took those. They kind of put that in fashion. So there have been major names that have taken things that was from Africa and put it into there, and we spend all the money on these designer names. You know what I'm saying? And oh my goodness, just you wonder about the culture that in West Africa, thinking about that LV. Yeah. Like, you know, that's part of us thing. So yeah, it's a whole lot to go and research and to see. That's why I was like, we have influenced fashion for a long time. For eons, we have been the trendsetters.
Lady Michelle, to her point, Ebony, Jet Magazine. I know when I was a kid, when that publication came to the house,
come on,
I'm checking for them outfits. I'm checking to see what's smooth. My dad used that. I'm Dapper D, but I told you my government, I am the second. I am a copy of the original, and I still think my dad did it best. He had that Billy D. He used to comb all that stuff to the back, and then he had a full mustache. I don't know where them jeans went from me. I blame my mama for that, but we'll get back to mama later. I believe that there was a little bit of that. I believe that the streets were watching our Ebony and our Jet magazine. Do you think that also is historically something that was influential?
Absolutely. We needed to see ourselves in magazines.
Yes.
We were buying magazines and looking at culture that wasn't us. When you're doing a selling platform, you need to know that you're selling to the people.
Yes.
And when you're selling to the people do not look like just one perspective.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Which, thank you for the Ebony. Thank you for the essence.
goodness.
Thank you for the jet. Yes, I'm dating myself. Yes.
It's all right.
No, we all. My cousin used to be a photographer, and I would always look at the bottom. Oh, look, there's her name, and she'll be taking stars, And I'm right in Chicago, so the publication, the company was there.
Oh.
You drive down Lakeshore Drive going downtown, and you see Johnson & Johnson at that time. You see the building, and then don't have a friend of your mother's who works. We had the cocktail table had all the jet.
Oh yeah.
And then we had the Ebony's, But then my grandmother had souvenir.
Oh yeah.
I had to check what those. It was a souvenir MLK. So things like that become prices like collector.
Yeah.
But I remember my cousins going to the middle of the jet to see who's gonna be that model.
I knew it.
A lot of young brothers out
Who's
there.
gonna be the model in that middle one?
Hopefully it comes in the mail while Mama's at work, so I can get the full gander before Mama gets her. Hey, Ma, your thing is in the upset on your bag, because I know you want to be the first one to get to it. But there's a good crease right there at that.
But Ms. Morris, it was like it showed our culture.
Yeah.
It was us.
Yeah.
Because we were coming from a thing of conditioning that only the beautiful look like this, that the beautiful look like that. That these beauty pageants didn't have. Now that's why we were colored back in the day, because our skin, our shades of colors, the different shades of browns that we have, but we didn't have now color, now one in those. So we had, okay. So we had to, we had to have something of our own where we could feel like we belong somewhere. Don't we belong here?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
We birthed the earth, so I know we do, but we had to get that mentality and have to break that down. I'm still fighting when people talk about some good hair, bad hair. I was like, no, there's no such thing. And please stop saying that.
No.
That I get all kooky crazy when you say that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You said what? Well, she got that good hair. Don't everybody have that good hair?
Yes.
I'm gonna need you to love yourself just a little bit more. I'm gonna need you to love it. I love now that I can look at commercials and see natural hair.
Yes.
Natural hair.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, I do.
Don't make Miss Marla snap, crackle, and pop.
But I am though. I am gonna push her on one thing, Lady Michelle. She said collector's items. She know good and well Sister Jenkins NM, Sister Johnson NM, they still got them Jet magazines and Ebony's from 1982. How many old church sisters you can go over to their house right now and they still got the full collection? In order for it to be priceless like she's referring to, people gotta let them go. I think it was blasphemy. This may be cultural. Ain't nobody ever throw away Ebony or Jet. We never throw it away. I think we all kept them. So how they gonna be priceless, Ms. Marla? Because everybody got them. Your cousins got them. My cousins got them.
The collector items aren't just regular. They're regular articles. They're putting more photos. They're different. They're not the same like everything.
All right.
You actually paid more and you had to go get that. You didn't just get it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You didn't just get it. Like the one that had that was about from MLK.
Yeah.
It was gold.
God.
It was a golden. It was.
But y'all, we need to take a step back to the important drop in the conversation. You said church. All right. Church. Now let's talk about the for real fashion runway. Going down that aisle in the front row. And Lord, I can't see the preacher for your hat. If you take them feathers down a little bit,
And she won't.
bend your neck to the side at least. And when it is time, because we haven't stopped fashioning out the churches, to go and give your offering, and you take that center aisle.
You strut.
You strut.
You better strut that dress.
Well, when you a kid, you can't wait for the good Holy Ghost to get Sister Wilkins, because when she buck and that hat finally fall off, you like good, and she sit down later on.
Happy Friday. You are on the morning grind.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Hi. Happy Friday. You're on the morning grind.
Well, good morning to you, Miss Marla Douglas. And I think what's the other lady's name?
Michelle Washington.
Rochelle Washington.
Michelle, like Michelle Obama.
Michelle Washington. How y'all doing down there?
Awesome. We are discussing blackness and beautiful blackness and history. And, we got to put that history out there.
Yeah.
How you doing today?
I am okay. It's a Friday. Give God the glory.
You
know, black history. Now, we didn't come on the boats from Africa. Our forefathers and mothers came on the boat to America. And where they put us in the southern states of these United States to serve as their inhumane slaves on their plantations, raise their crop, raise their children, work the field, feed the animals. White man doing what he want to do with the black woman, and killing our families. So when you look at yourself in America, you're a black America. Hey, yes, it's Black History Month, but we're humans every day. Just don't take it for granted because you're able to wear those high expensive shoes and those nice clothes and live in a nice home, that you are there because somebody bled and died for us to have this freedom. So wake up. Black history is a very important thing. It is so sad that the white man choose to take it out of our universities and our classrooms, that we can't learn about history because they are so hurt. They're so insulted, but they want to go back to the way it was when they were young. They want to go back where the black man, yes, sir, master. Yes, sir, I'm going to do that. Yes, sir.
But here's the thing. And I hear your pain and I feel your pain, sister. That's why we can celebrate. Mm-hmm. It's about celebrating who we are because we know where we come from.
Yes.
We don't let none of that bring us down. Not even some politician trying to tell me or my people how to teach our own history. That is the reason why we have this platform here today. Yep. I need my people not to be down. Not to hold that and look back that and still have a depressed pain about that. That should be your leverage of why you should walk with pride. That even if you have to go get your shoes from Wally World or wherever, you fashionable. Even if you have to make your thing, because that's what we're talking about. People who had nothing and has become something, that their names now resonate in our history for just the shoes that they designed, for the clothes that they designed, from other than when we were slaves and we had to wear those drab clothes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we brought color because that's what we are. We come from colors. Our different tribes from the motherland. West Africa may have red and yellow. We have green there. We have black. And we brought those back here. And that's why we have to celebrate our history. And yes, it's going to be some pain. But from every pain, we're going to grow and we're going to heal. But we can't keep that pain and just wallow in it. We got to understand how to heal. And healing is celebrating and celebrating who you are. Because I'm so proud to be a black woman. You just don't know. I love being black.
Amen. We stand on the shoulders of giants.
Yeah, and we got to take a break. We'll be right back. So, round these neck of the woods.